Hello and welcome to the DrivingMaul Aviva Premiership final prediction. I'm Paul, the guy behind DrivingMaul, and I'll be giving you my prediction for the Aviva Premiership final, the Pro 12 final, and also the Top 14 Semifinals. Yes, we are at the pointy end of the season, and this is where legends are made, as they say. It's going to be big games in both London and Dublin this coming weekend. So, first up, let's talk about Wasps versus Exeter. The two top teams from the Aviva Premiership have made the final. They both won their home semi-finals and also with late scores. People have been talking about how Wasps have been looking a bit fragile, a bit loose at times recently coming in the run-in, and yet when you look at their results, they only lost one game in the Aviva Premiership. That was away to Harlequins, who have been very strong at home this season, even if they did end up finishing mid-table. On the other side, Exeter obviously had that run of try bonus point wins, a record run of try bonus point wins to claim second place, and then have seen off Saracens, the European Rugby Championship champions in themselves. Exeter were here last year. Wasps haven't been here for a while, and so that's basically what I'm going to bring it down to. I think it's going to be a tight game, and both sides obviously at this stage could win it. This isn't going to be a flogging by either of them, or it shouldn't be, and I think Exeter are going to win this one, and I'm backing them by 5 points. Over in Dublin, we get the Munster hosting, or not hosting really, Munster v Scarlets. Munster finished top of the pile and saw off Ospreys rather comfortably last weekend, and Scarlets beat Leinster, including having a player sent off. And that was the first time an away side has won a Pro 12 semi-final. So they've already made history this season. At the end of the day, Munster did finish 9 points clear of Scarlets, and they haven't lost in a while, and I think I've got to back them to win this by 7 points. It is over in Ireland. There will be Munster's home ground for the weekend, and I think Scarlets will just find this to be one step too far. But again, they have the ability to do it. I'm backing Munster by 7, by the way. Scarlets definitely have the ability to do this. I mean, they beat Toulon, they beat Leinster in this very ground last weekend, and they have also sort of drew with Saracens from memory. So it's not like Scarlets haven't shown us that they can do it this season. They most certainly can, but I just think we want a step too far. Heading over to France, La Rochelle host Toulon in the first semi-final. La Rochelle really have been the fairy tale story this season, finishing top of the pile by 8 points, even though they lost 2 of their last 3 games in the regular season. So does that mean they are arriving out of form, or does that mean they've managed to rest their players coming into this game, whereas Toulon had to play last weekend, where they beat, I've gone blank as they beat, where they beat Castres by 4 points. Personally, I think La Rochelle, I'd love them to win it, and perhaps that's playing a bit on this, but I think La Rochelle by 5 is my prediction here. They have been the form side this season, winning more games than anyone else, and will run away at the top there. Even if they did have those 2 slip-ups late on, I think they should be rested and should win that one. Then we have Clermont hosting Racing. 2 sides, full of superstars, 2 sides that have been a bit up and down and haven't really perhaps reached the heights in the domestic season that we expected. I mean, Clermont did come second, but again, in their run-in, they lost 3 games out of the last 7. Racing lost 2 out of the last 4 in their run-in before they went away and beat Montpellier. So clearly Racing can go away and they can win these games. Maybe with people like Dan Carter in their side, of course they can. But Clermont, I've got plenty of names too. I mean, they were the finalists who lost to Saracens in the European Rugby Championship final. That was their last game. Now, how will that affect them coming to this? They've had a week off to train, so they will be rested. It's not like they're going to come in tired, whereas Racing had to play last weekend. I think at home that Clermont should win this one, and I'm backing Clermont by 5. So that's what I see. I see a La Rochelle Clermont final for the top 14. I think Exeter will beat Wasps, and I see Munster taking the Pro 12 title. And then all eyes can turn to Lions. That's kicking off soon, only a couple of weeks away now. I will be at the Blues versus the Lions and the 2 Eden Park Test matches. So if you're going to be there, do drop me a line. And as always, please do sign up for my newsletter, link above or down below if you're on YouTube. Please do share my predictions with your friends and family and even enemies if you like. And finally, if you're on YouTube, give it the old thumbs up and do enjoy whatever rugby you're going to be watching this weekend.